Hi everybody and welcome back. This week I'm going to be using Canva to create a custom printable for you to upload onto Etsy and sell for some passive income. Now this is a really great way to create a passive income stream that you just have to put in the work once and put it up on Etsy, and then you just don't have to do anything. People buy your listing and they just use it as a digital download. So if you'd like to learn how, let's go do it. Okay, we're gonna start in Canva and go up to the top right hand corner and click create a design. We're gonna start with a letter, an 8.5 by 11 paper, and we'll talk about later what we're gonna do to resize those for our uploads. So I'm gonna make up a chore chart for kids. I've been having a hard time finding something for more than 2 children. Style-wise, I'm thinking to stay away from those bold kid primary colors. There's a lot of that out there, and if you can pick something to hit a different kind of, in this case, parent, their style, the better chance you'll have in standing out. I'm going to start by throwing a title up. As a placeholder, and we can come back to the font later. Another thing I like to do when I'm creating printables is to go to Photos and search graph paper. You can build your worksheet or your printable over top the grid and then just delete it when you're finished, and everything's going to be lined up and aligned really well. So using that in combination with the alignment tools on Canva. So there's my graph paper there. I'm going to select that layer and go up to the top right hand corner and click the little lock, and that's going to lock my background. So when I'm moving things around, I'm not going to accidentally click on that and delete it or shift it or whatever. So that's locked in for now. And at the end, we'll go in and unlock it and delete it. So now I'm going to make a space for our 3 names for our 3 kids. So let's go up into Elements and see what they have. Let's scroll to start with and see if we can build off there. See, I like the idea of this, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. So what Cherokee can do is to go over to your element here and click the 3 dots, and you're gonna see more like this. So it brings up some more options that we can take a look at here. So I'm looking for something simple, symmetrical, if I can get it. Even something like this that you can change the color for. Yeah, I kind of like that. So let's start by doing that. 3 of those. And now I think I'm going to play with the colors. I would like to use some muted colors. I think I'll leave the black as the outline for now, and we'll see what that looks like. I think we'll go with some sort of a cream, light beige color for the first one. Let's try a blue, maybe. And let's do yellow. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I like this. So those are going to be our namespaces that people can fill in when they print them out. I'm going to work on the font up here. Let's go family chore chart and work on the font. So I'm thinking it's modern, but it's still for kids. So I'm gonna stay away from any calligraphy font. Just because kids are gonna be reading this, it may be up on the wall. We wanna make it easy for them to read, especially if they're little. You know what? That's pretty good right there. Let's go with that for now. I'm just selecting my 3 elements here by holding down the shift key, and I'm going to go up to position, and I'm going to click tidy up. I think I'm going to put lines here so the family can fill them out by themselves. You know, you have kids of different abilities and ages, and it's nice to be able to personalize it yourself. So I'm just going to go into elements and click line, or you can just hit L on the keyboard and that'll put a line in for you as well. It's a little thick here. I'm going to pull the line weight down to a 3. And now I'm just going to work on my spacing of these lines. I'm going to, let's do 3 for each one. And that way they can change up the chores each week too. One, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Again, I'm just going to use my shift key and select all those lines, and I go up to position and click tidy up, and that's going to bring them all together. You can also group them together so they move at the same time when you're moving them around. Okay, let's do that for each one. Position, tidy up, and group. Select all, position, tidy up, group. And now I can drag my 3 lines around all at the same time. So I think we'll go 1 space between the lines. So if your element is snapping, not quite where you want it to go, you can zoom right in, and this is going to give you a lot more control on moving your element. So I'm going to line them up right with that graph line. I'm also going to line these right up with this graph line. And I'm just going to work my way down and continue doing that. Leave a space. So let's zoom out and check that out. And oh no, it doesn't look good to me. See, I have 2 graph spaces between the first and second. So I'm just gonna go move that up. And regroup these guys. Group. I'm going to move these down one more graph space to give myself some room at the top for my title. I'm just going to slide them down. A little bit. Come on, man. Okay. And that gives me a lot more room at the top to space out my title. Okay, so now we've got our fill in the blanks. We've got a space for the name. Okay. See, I like creating this stuff. It's kind of a problem as you're moving toward it. You want to pay really close attention to your spacing, leave some margins, and just work with it as you go. So I've just realized that I need to have space above my lines for the days of the week. So I think the first thing to do would be to build my check mark boxes. Yeah, I'm going to build my check mark boxes for the kids to check off. So I'm going to go ahead and find a square. Let's use an outline, maybe something with a thinner line. Maybe not. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to zoom in on this because it's quite small. Okay. I think I'm going to make the square the size of my graph paper just to keep it easy. And I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to need 7 of these for the 7 days of the week. I'm going to copy and paste 7. And see where that gets me here. Let's just get them loosely up there. Select and position, tidy up. That's going to space them evenly. I'm going to select them all again and group. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me here. Now I'm just going to copy this whole group and paste it 2 times more and line it up with my other lines. And zoom out, take a peek, and see how that looks. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's select all of them, group the whole thing, just so it's easier to copy. And I'm gonna paste 2 times more and bring those down to my 2nd and 3rd names. So you can line it up with your left edge of the top one and your bottom edge of the line. And do the same for this one. Okay. Now I'm taking a look at my spaces for the names and I'm thinking they look too big. If I was able to control the widthwise, I would just make them smaller, narrower, but I'm not. I can only control them this way. So, but I like these colors. So I think what I'm gonna do is use a simple rectangle. I'm going to keep the same colors. So I've got my yellow, I've got my blue. I'm just gonna change this to my blue. And, oops. Oh, I had one already. Okay, I'm gonna change this one to my tan color. And I think I'm just gonna go all the way across with the name. I think. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm gonna make this roughly 1.5 of my graph squares. Let's line it up with this one. And we'll just copy this one so they're all the same size. Line myself up about a square above my lines. Line myself up a square above my lines and zoom out and see how we like that now. We've got all our boxes, we've got all our blanks for the parents or the kids to write in the chores. I'm just gonna go ahead and use just a basic font to type in the days of the week. I know this is a really big debate. Do you start your calendar on a Sunday or a Monday? I like starting mine on a Sunday. Now the thing is that since we've grouped our checkboxes, we can't actually center our letters on this stack of boxes because it's looking at it, the whole thing together. So I'm going to click on it. Let's ungroup it. And now you have everything separated. And now when we go to center, we'll be able to do that. So now I'm just going to copy and paste our fonts. Okay, let's zoom out, take a peek. All right, that looks great to me. Let's select our days of the week, group them, and paste them, and line them up with our boxes. Perfect. I think the blank where the kids are to put their name is a little unclear now. I think we should just add just a little help, and let's use this font and just put a name so they know where it goes. Let's line that up with our 3 lines. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Let's leave it there. Now we're just gonna go click on our background. We're gonna unlock that and delete it. Okay, yep, I like this a lot. So let's name it. And there we go, that's it. And next week we're gonna look at actually putting it for sale on Etsy, uploading your different size printables. No, I should And next week we're going to go through how to actually go through the process of putting it up on Etsy, talk about tags and keywords that you can use for it, and show you how that works. And that's it for this week, guys. I hope you learned something. It's really easy to use the skills that you have to start slow and create a simple modern design. And as you get more comfortable with the program, you can become more and more detailed. If you have any questions at all, please be sure to leave a comment below and I will be sure to answer them. And that's it for this week. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be kind to someone. See ya!